Hey all, welcome to Path Skills. In this video series, we'll look into JavaScript concepts which are needed before learning React.js. So first of all, I'll start with JavaScript introduction. Then we'll discuss about JavaScript concepts. So coming to JavaScript introduction here, it is an object-oriented language mainly used for client-side and user-side developments and is also known for developing the web pages. Actually, it was initially created to make the web pages alive, and for a long time it was only used in web browsers to make the web pages interactive only. But later, uh, it became an object-oriented language. Actually, it is also known as JavaScript is also called as a scripting language. But now everything in JavaScript is an object. So it is an object oriented language. And the programs written in this language are called scripts actually. And with the .js extension, we are going to save those JavaScript files. So coming to JavaScript, as I said, it is an object oriented language and there are more features uh, with JavaScript. Even as I said, initially it was only for making the web pages alive, but now it is not like that. So, but now with JS, you can build different kind of applications like web applications, mobile applications, like full stack of web applications you can build. Even you can build real-time networking applications like live video chatting applications, video streaming applications. Even you can build CLI tool applications like command line interface tools, right? Even not only that, even gaming applications can also be built with JavaScript. Yeah, all these kind of applications can build with JavaScript. So now here coming to the actual point here, actually where the JavaScript files, where the JavaScript runs. Actually it runs in web browsers. I'll show you that. Just open any particular web browser, just right click and choose the option inspect, and you are going in the right hand side of your browser, you are going to get some options here: elements, console, sources, network. These are different options or menus you are going to get here. Just choose the option called console. So here this is the space where JavaScript is going to be executed, where JavaScript runs in a web browser. In the console space, JavaScript is going to be executed. Just I'll show you with some simple functionalities. For example, if I want to perform addition of two numbers like 2 plus 3, see, here I got the result as 5. Even different functionalities you can perform, whatever the functionalities you can perform with JavaScript, whatever JavaScript supports, that everything is going to be like the JavaScript files are going to be executed in this particular console space of any browser. Like for example, if I want to display some message, for that we have the functionality called console.log, which is used to display the result on the screen like other languages. Like in C, we'll be having printf to display the result on the screen. Same here, we have the functionality called console, which is used to display the message. See, I got the message as hi. So whatever the particular thing you want to execute, you can execute entire thing in JavaScript in a particular browser. But now what happened, earlier it was like this, like JavaScript only runs in web browser, but now it is totally changed. Outside of the browser also JavaScript can be executed. Yes, that is possible with the help of Node.js runtime environment. Yes, if you are unaware of Node.js runtime environment, what is Node.js? Just go through my previous videos where I have just provided the video related to uh, React.js runtime environment development setup. Uh, this Node.js runtime environment is used in order to execute the JavaScript. So in upcoming video series, we are going to see how this Node.js runtime environment is going to be used in order to execute the JavaScript files outside the web browser. As of now, we'll look into JavaScript concepts actually, but this is about actually JavaScript introduction. Like what is JavaScript, with JavaScript what we can build and where actually it runs. Okay, so now yeah, this is about JavaScript intro part, a small intro part. Now actually we'll move on to JavaScript concepts. So let's begin with JavaScript concepts here. First, I'll explain JavaScript fundamental concepts. Like there are different fundamental concepts. Like in any programming language, if you consider any language, all these variable declaration, data types, arrays, all these are going to be the fundamental concepts we must know. So first, I'll cover these particular fundamental concepts. Then we'll move on to advanced concepts, you can say, or starting from ECMAScript 5 version to ECMAScript 12th version, what are the concepts which are actually needed, which should be known to us before stepping into React.js? All those concepts I'll explain. So like the concepts are like this, map, filter, reduce, etc. etc. All these are the different concepts we must know. So coming to, first of all, I'll start with fundamental concepts. Under the fundamental concepts, first we'll begin with variable declaration. Okay, so let's start with the variable declaration here. I'll close this window. Now I'm using here online compiler for JavaScript. So I'm using play code here. You can go with online compilers, any whatever the online compilers that supports JavaScript. You can go with those compilers, or even you can use any particular editors also. Just I have chosen play code here. Here I'll explain each and every concept with coding. So coming to variable declaration here, we know what is a variable, what is meant by variable declaration, right? So coming to variable declaration here, uh, uh, actually, in JavaScript, there are three ways in order to declare a variable here. Yes, there are three ways in order to declare a variable in JavaScript using using var keyword, let keyword, and const keyword. Yes, these are the three ways. Using any one of the ways, we can declare the variable in JavaScript. So coming to each and every particular keyword, what happens with this keyword, with var, with let, with const, why these three keywords are actually required in order to perform variable declaration in JavaScript, we'll see. So let's start with var keyword here. Simply how we'll declare a variable generally in any language, we use particular data type. Like if I'm declaring or initializing a value to any variable, kind of integer type. What we'll do in any language, simply we'll go with particular data type, right? If I'm dealing with integer, I'll go with the data type called int, right? Followed by the variable name, right? I'm taking here variable name as int. Followed by, if you want to just declare, you will declare like this. Otherwise, if you want to assign a value, what you will do? You will go with assignment operator followed by some value, right? I am taking the value as 10. So this is how we'll perform variable declaration or variable initialization in any language. But here in JavaScript, we won't use any kind of data types like particularly according to the value. We won't go with particular data types. We have data types in JavaScript, but those are different. About them also we'll see, but now we'll go with variable declaration here in JavaScript, how variable is going to be declared. So coming to variable declaration, we use var, let, and const keywords for any kind of data, whatever the data you want to assign to any variable. Like it can be integer type of data, it can be string type of data. So var space, I'll just declare a variable which is a, and assigning the value here 10. So this is how we'll declare a variable in JavaScript actually. So using var I am showing you now. So just if I want to display the result, simply console.log. This is the functionality which is used to display the result. Okay. So I'm giving A. So this is how it is. So I got the result as 10, which is value of variable A. So coming to another keyword, another way, which is using let also. So using let also will get the result. Even using const. See, by using these three ways, I am able to declare a variable and I'm able to assign a value, and I am getting the result of variable A, which is 10. So now here is the point comes. Here is why three keywords in order to declare a variable in JavaScript. There is a point here. There is a particular purpose we have here using these three keywords for variable declaration. So first of all here, var was introduced, but later in ECMAScript 6, nothing but in ES6 version, let and const keywords were introduced in order to overcome the limitations of var actually. Why? Because there are some limitations with var. To overcome that only these two, let and const, was introduced in ES6. So what are those limitations? What are the drawbacks of var? Why let and const? And again, what is the difference between these three? And again, after releasing let and const in ES6 also, what is the difference between let and const also? So coming to this here, just I have shown you the variable declaration using these three ways. Now we'll start off the differences between these three keywords. Okay. So coming to the difference between these three actually, just I'll show you with coding only. So first I'll declare a variable which is A and assigning the value 10 here. Now simply I'll do console.log of A. So now I got the result as 10 here. So coming to var here, just I'll show you the first difference here. Now my requirement here is first again I want to declare another variable which is B. I'm considering here the value is 20. Now in order to print the result, we'll go with the functionality called console.log of B. So this is how we are going to declare the variables, we'll get the result. Now here I'll do a small change here. Instead of giving a new variable called B, same variable which is already declared in second statement which is A, I'll provide that only, where A equals to 20. I'll just remove fifth statement. See here, console.log of A, I got the result as 20. But in the second statement, I have given A equals to 10. In the next statement, I have given the value as 20 to the same variable, where the value is overridden and I got the value as 20 here. See what happened here? I have declared a variable and assigned a have declared a variable and assigned a value in the second statement, right? Again, what I have done in third statement? Again, I have redeclared the same variable which is A and assigned a new value. Where I didn't get any error, I got the result. So here, what is the meaning of, what is the purpose of using var here is, here we can, if we declared a variable, again if we want to redeclare the same variable, that is possible in with var key. Now same thing will check with let keyword, whether it works or not. Okay. Now what I'll do this. B equals to 20. Sorry, A equals to 20. Instead of this keyword, I'll go with let keyword. See, I got an error. The symbol A has already been declared. So it means it doesn't work. Nothing but if you have declared a variable and again if you want to redeclare the same variable using let, that is not possible. But with var, that is possible. Now, same concept we'll check with const keyword also. With const keyword also, we are unable to redeclare the same variable which is A. So what happened here with var, redeclaration of same variable is possible, but with let and const it is not possible. So this is the first difference here. But the major difference between among these three keywords or between var and let and const, now we'll check. The major difference here is scope of the variable. Yeah, the scope of these three keywords called var, let and const. There is a major difference between these three when it comes to scope. Now, simply if I declare a particular value or variable, just using var a equals to 10. Now, so this is my block. See, whenever we open and close, use flower brackets, open and closing flower brackets, it means it is a block, right? Whatever we enter, whatever the code or whatever the thing we enter in those particular opening and close braces, it comes under a complete block, right? So outside this block, if I want to print the result of A, we'll check whether it is possible with var. Yeah. See, outside of the block also, inside the block I have declared a variable and assigned a value. If I want to print the particular variable value outside the block, that is possible with var. It means the scope of the particular variable using var is going to be global. Same consideration will check with let also. Here I am getting a null value instead of actual value which is 10. So it is not possible with let keyword. Then we'll go with const also. Even with const also it is not possible. It means with var, when you consider var keyword, the scope of the variable is going to be global. When it comes to the let and const, the scope of the variable is going to be functional level. And coming to the const here, there is a major difference between even let and const also. So here const is nothing but a fixed value, like a constant value. It means a fixed value which cannot be changed. So when you consider const here, if you just consider const, const a equals to 10. If I just again use same variable with another value, console.log of, see, cannot assign to a because it is a constant. So redeclaration of a variable is not possible. Again, I'll check here. If I go with this, it means a redeclaration. But if I go with like this, it means just I want to change the value of a here. But that is also not possible. So here, in a simpler way, the first difference is nothing but with var, redeclaration of variable, same variable and value is possible. But with let and const, that is not possible. But again, when we consider let and const here, with let, we can change the value of the particular variable here. Like if I go with this let, see, I got instead of 1, I got 20. But if I provide here let That is not possible. Why? Because if I mention in third statement before variable declaration let keyword, it means I want to declare a variable which is already assigned. But if I remove let, it means just in third statement to the variable a, just I want to change the value. That is possible with let, but with const that is also not possible. So with var, same variable we can again use, same value also we can use, or new value also we can provide to the already available variable. But coming to let here, you cannot redeclare the variable, but you can reassign the value. With const, you cannot redeclare the variable, even you cannot reassign the value. So that is the first difference. Coming to scope here, simpler way, the scope of the variable using var is going to be global, and the scope of the variable using let and constant is const keywords are going to be functional. So this is the difference between var, let and const. So I hope you all understood the variable declaration concept in JavaScript. Now we'll move into data types actually. So we'll go with data types now. What are the data types we have in JavaScript and what are they, how to use them, now we'll check. So coming to data types here actually, in JavaScript, not only in JavaScript, actually it is important to know about data types in any language. When we develop any applications, actually for what reason we are going to develop the applications, mainly we deal with data only in those applications, right? So we develop the applications for data, right? So to process the data, to store the data, to update the data, whatever the operations we want to perform on the particular data, for that reason only we are going to develop the applications, right? So here, what type of data actually you are considering, with what type of data you are dealing actually, that is going to be more important, right? So here about data types, knowing about data types is important here. So in JavaScript we have different types of data types here. Mainly uh, there are mainly in JavaScript two categories are named. One is primitive and the second one is object. Yes, there are two different types in JavaScript, two different categories of data types available in JavaScript. One is primitive and the other one is object. So what comes under primitive, what comes under object, we'll see now. So coming to primitive data types here, there are different types like number, boolean, string, undefined, null, even symbol, big int. So these are the different types of primitive data types in JavaScript we have. Coming to object here, we have object, arrays, and one more. Even we can consider regular expression. So these are the different types of data types we have, which are going to be classified as two categories, primitive and object. Now in this video, we'll focus on primitive data types. In upcoming video series, we'll even look into object, arrays, regular expressions. Under primitive also, we'll focus on even we use frequently number, boolean, string, undefined, even sometimes null also. Will frequently use these kind of data types, and we deal with these kind of data types actually. So we'll look into these data types called number, boolean, string, undefined and null. So coming to first of all here, which is number here. Generally coming to data types and variable declaration is going to be clubbed together, right? So with the combination only, always frequently we work together. Like these two work together, right? We club these two concepts and will start working with them, right? So generally how it is going to be, nothing but data type followed by, in any languages, I'm just showing data type followed by the variable declaration part. Like if you want to just declare a variable, data type followed by variable name. Otherwise, if you want to assign a value to the variable name, simply you will go with that value also. So this is how it is going to be, right? Simple variable declaration or variable assigning or initialization. So these are the two ways, right? Where data types and variable declaration concept wholly it is going to be clubbed together, right? But here coming to variable declaration, as I shown you already, with three ways we can declare the variable in JavaScript. Now coming to data types here. Actually, explicitly we won't use data types here. Simply how we'll declare a variable with var keyword or letter const keyword, right? Followed by variable and type of the data you are assigning. So here what type of data I am assigning to the variable here? It is of integer type. So even if I want to assign a float kind of data, whatever the number related type of data you want to assign, that comes under the data type called number only. So to check whether what kind of data you have been assigned to the variable, uh, in JavaScript we have the functionality called by using type of operator. Type of what type of data the particular variable is holding. In order to check that, we have type of operator. By using this we can know. So here what type of data I have assigned to the variable A, which is of number type. Even simply if I go with 10 also, comes under number only. So here uh, will be, in JavaScript will not be having different types like integer, float, double, long int, short int. Simply will be having number data type. So whatever the number related data you are going to assign to the variable, that comes under number data type. Now if I just go with like in some cases what happens, in some scenario, I want to like in real time what we'll do, simply if I want to write 1 lakh, there what we'll do, simply will separate the zeros with comma, right? If I use that, that is not supported. But instead of comma operator, we have a special operator called underscore. So by using underscore, simply if we just for our better identification purpose, we can use this underscore here. So that supports in particularly in JavaScript. And even if you go with particularly like numerator denominator kind of thing, like 5 by 0 if you use, it is also like number only, right? If I go with console.log of a, spell mistake, see, I'm getting type is number, but I'm getting the result as infinity. Yes, of course we'll get the result as infinity. 5 by 0 means we'll get infinity, right? If I go with minus value, right? Minus means minus infinity value. Instead of that, if I go with simply minus 10, I'll get the value. So this is about number data type. Next, we'll focus on string data type. Coming to string here, string is nothing but a group of characters, right? How will use a string generally here? By using double quotations or single quotation, right? So whatever the message you want to, or group of characters or a single character, if you want to use, if you want to assign to any variable, you have to enclose it within the double quotations or within the single quotation. Simply I am giving here a particular string value as hi message. Now just I want to print that hi message I got. And coming to the type of this, I got here object here, type of A.
because here I didn't even declare the variable called A. So I am getting here A. Why? Because as I said while giving intro part of JavaScript, JavaScript is an object-oriented programming language. Yes, everything in JavaScript is going to be considered as object only. Even the number is also kind of object only. Type of it I am getting as number. Everything is an object in JavaScript. Now I'll just go with message. See what kind of or what type of data I am holding. My variable message is holding string type of data. Even if you want to join two string values like var message 1 equals to hello or hi John, if I want to simply club those two in the sense simply using concatenation operation called plus or plus operator, we can just combine two string values and we can display. Even if I want to provide space between hi and John, that is also possible. Simply after plus operator go with double quotations with the space, then again this. See, I got space. Hi John. If you go with multiple spaces, that is possible. Or whatever the message you want to, that also possible. So this is about string data type actually. Next, coming to the Boolean data type. So coming to Boolean data type here, Boolean data type is nothing but simply I'll show you. Like generally either like you want to get the result either in positive or negative way. Like you should get the answer as yes or no. Like that, if you want to get the result, we have the data type called Boolean data type. And this Boolean data type is going to hold only two values which are true and false. So I'll show you. So console.log of A. So this is Boolean. So to check whether it is a Boolean value or not, because true it is a message, it can be considered as a string value also. But remember that string when any particular group of character or any particular single character is going to be considered as a string when it is enclosed between double quotation or single quotation. Otherwise it doesn't considered as string value. So console.log of type of A, which is Boolean. Even one more value I have told you, which is false. So here I am not using the single quotations or double quotations. These are nothing but the value, true and false. These two are considered as values which comes under Boolean data type. And one more thing, don't even provide capital uppercase alphabet here, which is for F. If you provide capital F, that doesn't take it as a Boolean value. Only smaller case is going to be considered for true and false value. So this is about Boolean. Simply Boolean data type is nothing but if you want to check any particular value either in true case or false case, this is going to be verb. Like simply var, if I want to check marks equals to 50 greater than 60. If this is true, I should get the message console.log of marks. Whether 50 is greater than 60, no. So I got result as false. So if it is 50 is less than, I'll get the result as true. So if you want to check the condition in that scenario, we can go with a Boolean case. So this is about Boolean data type. Next we have undefined and none. Where A equals to, or simply I'll declare, I won't assign. What happens is, now I'll just I'll do console.log of. So if we won't assign any particular variable like if you won't assign a value to any variable in JavaScript, by default will get null value as a result. So this null value is also one type of data type actually. But if you just go with console, what type of data it is holding, if you want to check, just check what you'll get. See, console.log of null only, because if you won't assign any value to any variable, simply it by default value is going to be considered as a null, and that null is also a data type. So type of A I am going to provide. Sorry, I didn't even mention. So type of A. See, I got here type of A as object here, because as I said in JavaScript everything is an object. So I'm getting, if I mention 10, I'll get no. If you won't assign any value, if I in that case, if I check the type of that variable, I'll get object. Then next one more data type, which is undefined. So type of A is going to be undefined, is one type of data type. So I got undefined. Even in the case of null data type also, you are going to get here type of A is going to be null in older versions of JavaScript. But now everything in JavaScript is an object. So if we won't assign a value to the variable, simply we are going to get the type of that particular variable is going to be object. So that's why here we got type of A is an object. So yeah, this is about data types in JavaScript.